recording has started.
Thank you very much. So I have essentially two things to talk about. One is the modules that we're going to start running in March. And the other one is the courses that we have. So let me talk a little bit about the modules. In March, we're going to run in parallel 4 modules. 3 are 5-credit modules, and 1 is a 15-credit module. The 5-credit modules are International Conflict Analysis and Resolution and Embracing Uncertainty. Embracing Uncertainty is probably one of our most popular modules. And we also have a 15-credit modules, also called Embracing Uncertainty, but this time dealing with complexity, uncertainty, and unpredictability. And this is kind of like going in a bit more depth on the topic. So don't be put off by the fact that the 2 modules with different credit numbers have sort of the same title, almost the same title. They're dealing with the same topic at large, but one goes in more depth than the other. The other one, International Conflict Analysis and Resolution, we've also run it quite a few times. But the first module that you see on the list, it's a new one. It's called Artificial Intelligence and Public Policy. It's a module that we are in the process of designing now. And we hope that you are going to enjoy it very much. Now, the way we run our 5-credit modules is the following. We run them for a month. 3 weeks is essentially teaching, and 1 week is designed to allow you to write your assessment. So in terms of the teaching, everything is online for the 5-credit modules. So this is what I'm talking about now, right? So for the 5-credit module, everything is online, all the material, all the readings, all the videos. And the expectation is that you will sort of go through the material in advance, and then you'll have a 1-hour webinar per week. And the expectation again is that you would attend that one. Obviously, if you cannot attend, we do have provisions in place to accommodate that, because we are very much aware that you might be in meetings and you might have sort of a very urgent deadlines. So the alternative for that is that you submit a 1 or 2 minutes video, and you watch the recording of the webinar. So after you have looked at the material online, you've done the readings, you attend the webinar for 3 weeks in a row, the expectation is that you're going to you're going to do an assessment. Usually the assessment is a very short essay, a 1,000 words essay, that combines the key theoretical insights you have acquired with the sort of practical experience that you already have in the policy arena. And so you probably already know that if you've done some of our modules, you already know that we value a lot your professional experience. And this is actually very well reflected in the marks. We have really high marks, not because we are generous, but because the assessments are really, really good. So this is in terms of the 5 credits module. The 15 credits module is a more intense type of module, which is usually run face-to-face in a number of days, 2 to 3 days. And then for this one, we're going to have a bunch of, in classroom sort of workshops and talks and in conversations, so that you gain a more in-depth understanding of the topic. So this is about the modules. Now, in terms of the actual programs, I think Lucas already mentioned that you can come to King's and do 1 module if you want to have a taster, or you can do several modules and bank them. But if you are very bold, or if you really like the programs, you can actually enroll in a program. And we have 2/3 types of programs. I say slash, you're going to see why. The 2 classical ones that we have are a postgraduate certificate in professional policymaking skills and the postgraduate diploma in professional policymaking skills. The difference between the 2 lies in the fact that the first one, the certificate, has 60 credits and the second one has 120 credits, essentially double. We can change the slide now, please. We can change this one too because I'll come back to it. Right, this is it. Thank you. In order to help you bank credits, we designed the programs in such a way that you have the option of taking 5 credit modules, but then it's going to take you a pretty long time and you're going to do a lot of work to bank 60 credits. But also we have some core modules which are more valuable in terms of credit numbers. For the postgraduate certificate, the core module, which has 15 credits, is called the policy process. For the postgraduate diploma, we have 3 options. We have 3 core modules. The policy process, which is also common for the postgraduate certificate, but we also have global public policy challenges. And for the diploma, you need to do a policy project, and that is more valuable in terms of credits. That is 30 credits. In order also to help you, we also have 2 optional 15 credit modules. One is Embracing Uncertainty, which we run now in March, and the other one is European Capitals. And that one we usually run in the autumn, September or October. So I think this year we ran it at the end of September. So the times are slightly different. If we could go back one slide, I would be so grateful. Thank you so much. So our modules are actually grouped according to the pillars you have in the policy profession. So you can see we have a wide variety of modules. In the area of strategy, we have approaches to policy making, behavioral insights, climate change, communication, media and public policy, empathy and emotions, ethics, leadership and governance, European capitals. From the pillar of democracy, we have anti-corruption and the rule of law, participatory and deliberative governance. From the delivery pillar, we have learning what works, the policy process, and so on. I mean, this is not an exhaustive list, but that's just to say, I think we have over 30 modules at this point already designed. Well, 31 with the artificial intelligence one that we are in the process of designing right now and getting it ready for you to take it in March. And you can see we cover a wide range of aspects, all very useful for the policy profession. We can change the slide now, please. Thank you. Right. So going back to the teaching methods, I've already sort of covered that, but just to sort of resume, the 5 credit modules run for a month. The 15 credit modules run for 2 or 3 days of face-to-face teaching. We can accommodate sort of hybrid teaching for the 15 credit modules if we have to, so don't worry about that. For the 5 credit modules, everything is online, and we base on our weekly interaction for the first 3 weeks, as I said, on webinars. And the type of webinars I tend to run, at least, and also most of my colleagues have an introductory part. Then we have the biggest portion of the webinar, the biggest chunk is designated for peer-to-peer learning, so interactions between yourselves. And then we also have discussions fora. We also have video and online learning resources and pre-readings. I tend to send the pre-readings in advance to I mean, they're already online, but as a reminder, I tend to send an email in advance to everyone. But again, and my expectation is that everyone would read in advance. But again, if you don't have the time, that's okay. For the 15 credit modules, again, we have the same sort of webinars, project-based learning, online seminars, but also guest speakers, and the possibility to be in the same room with your peers to facilitate the development of more of a community of practitioners. We can change the slide now. Right. So in terms of learning expectations, for the 5 credit modules, your final mark is going to be 90% your assessment and 10% your participation. And the 10% of your participation is actually made up by 5% participating in the online seminars and 5% participating in the discussion forums. So that's for the 5 credit modules. For the 15 credit modules, it's 90% usually it's the written assessment, but because this is it's a more valuable module in terms of credits, the written assessment is going to be longer. So instead of a 1,000 words assessment, you will have a 2,500 words written assessment. And the participation is 0 to 10%. It depends on the actual module, up to 10%. In terms of how you can sort of bank the modules in terms of credits for the postgraduate certificate, as I said, you have a one core 15 credit module, which is the policy process, and then you can take 9 smaller modules of valuable value of 5 credits, or you can take one other 15 credit option and then 6 5 credit modules. And then for the postgraduate diploma, it's you will just have to take 2 15 credit modules, and then the policy skills project, and then you can play around with how you do with the 5 credit modules, how many you take. If you take one more optional module and then at 15 credits, or you do more 5 credits.